Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Open for Business. Yes, I am here with another great guest from the local Pasco County. And you know what? She likes to spin the records and make the music count and the whole 9 yards. So I've got DJ Blu Bloods in the house tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, John.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight?
I'm good. Are you busy?
Getting there, slowly but surely.
Yeah, coming out of that cold side. Now
Yes.
Events are starting to happen.
Absolutely. Getting the weddings, the bat mitzvahs, the quinceañeras.
Now, do you do bat mitzvahs or is it there's
It's
two, right?
bar is
Bar
the
mitzvah
boy and bat is the girl.
Bat, that's
Yeah,
right.
I do them both.
All right. So
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
So let me ask you that. Now, everybody in the world kind of knows what a DJ is, but we're going to talk about how it got you to be a DJ, because you weren't always a DJ.
No. I always was,
Yeah.
but it started out when I was young and I hung out with certain individuals
Right.
that became very big in the business.
Right.
They were from Jersey and I always hung out with them. So I liked the way that they used to scratch and spin
Yeah.
back in the day when you had
When
the
you
vinyls.
actually scratched.
When you actually
Right.
scratch with the actual records used to
Right.
come out. And they started teaching me. So
Okay.
I started about 14. And then what I did was I became a NYPD officer.
Right.
And I started seeing that there was the ability to use that as well as being an officer. So I started doing a lot of DJing as a cop.
Right.
So I did private parties and stuff like that. But it was a fun time.
Kind of by the Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods, hence comes, and I don't use the E because then
Yeah.
that's a trade infringement on, Blue Bloods.
Yep.
Yep. But yeah, it's been a fun time. You
Yeah.
know, I enjoy it. I like to bring happiness to the people that I work for, and sometimes I make a fool of myself, but it's a good fool.
That's kind of what we do, though.
Yeah.
I mean, even in doing what I do, I have to, it's self-deprecation a lot of times because it is what it is, right?
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can't just be the on-air know-it-all all the time. So you got to have fun and joke around and you beat on yourself. And
Yep,
it's like,
well, exactly.
kinda
I'm
crazy.
always myself, so you take
Well,
me
you
with,
are. That's good.
with
So,
whoever.
So you decided, okay, I'm going to do this professionally. You got out of the police world, right? The law enforcement.
retired, yes.
Right? And then you went, I'm thinking, I'm just going to become a DJ.
Yep.
That's
I'm
how it
going to do a
happened.
full service DJ.
Now, were you a DJ up? Were you a DJ up in Jersey and New York as well?
Yes.
And
Yes.
did you start up there and then move down here and just
Right.
bring it with you?
Right. I started up there. I had my own nightclub that I used to be the DJ, and then I brought in celebrity DJs to play, because you got to share. You always got
do.
to be able to share everybody. And then from there, when I came down here, I said, okay, I think there's a need for it, and let's do
Two
it.
different worlds, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, okay. We
Yes.
ran with a lot of the same people
crowd,
that
yes.
we really can't talk about on air.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
we run in a nightclub up there is a totally different experience than a nightclub down here.
Absolutely, because
I don't care
nightclubs-
where you go. You can go to Miami. You can go to Tampa. They do not compare apples to apples.
No.
Ever.
No. Well, the reason is up north where we were in New York and Jersey or Connecticut,
Right.
clubs stay open till 4,
Yeah.
and then they switch over into the after club.
Yep.
So you're coming out of the nightclub at like 2 p.m, and you're like, oh my God, where's
it's
the
bright
light?
outside.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
I remember those. I remember those days. Oh
And
my
then,
God. do I
and then
those
remember the
days.
underground? That
Yes.
was like the happening place that really nobody knew about it,
Right.
and you had to be in order to get in there. And I always was able to come in.
And it was kind of funny that the speakeasies are coming back.
Yes.
But the speakeasies in New York never left.
No, they've been there. Ugh.
Oh my! Well, I mean, I was there in the '80s and the '90s and early 2000s. So
Yeah. We passed each other in the limelight a few times. You know that.
guarantee you we did.
Absolutely.
We were running with the same circle.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
It's crazy. But then you come down here and you try to find that
It's a completely
energy.
different. Yeah.
You just can't.
No.
So coming down here, someone like yourself, you kind of bring that New York vibe.
Right. And then some people say, oh, another New Yorker here to ruin it. And then sometimes you're a little bit too much off the spectrum
Yeah.
for them. Because I come with energy, whether it's 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. It's the
Right.
same amount of energy. And some people aren't used to that.
Right.
They're like, whoa, it's a little too much. But then once they get a taste of it, it's like, oh, give me more. Give me more.
Right. Yeah,
So-
they don't know they like it until it's I say it's thrust upon them.
Absolutely.
Because they're used to I mean, I've gone to DJs and the DJs are just like, they literally have their playlist and the playlist that the clients ask for, and their energy is not real high, you know, but it's energy. It's their energy.
Right.
And there's I am finding this. A lot of the local DJs are super introverted.
Yes.
And I don't understand why they would be a DJ other than to spin the records.
To spin the records, and it's not as it was back when I first started, because you spun the records with an actual vinyl. Okay, you had two Technique turntables and you had a rain mixer in the middle.
Two turntables and a mic.
And a mic, right? And then as it progressed, then you had the little Denons to do the CDs.
Right.
You know, and you are the party, technically.
Yes.
So if you don't bring the right energy, you can either make the event be a complete flop, or a wedding or a bat mitzvah, whatever. So you've got to be able to read the people in the audience to work off of their energy. So now if you're doing like a 50s party, you know what I mean, and you're playing EDM, it's not going to be a mix for them because they don't understand the music.
Right.
And then a lot of the older people that do it, they don't understand the newer music because they don't understand the wording, and it's too much thumping. You know what I mean?
It gets too heavy for them.
With Run DMC and Grandmaster Flash, all that. It's just an evolving music, but it all comes back to the same thing.
Right.
So it's just a matter of knowing how to do it.
There was a movie once, and I'm trying to, and it has Zach Efron in it, and he's a DJ, right?
Yep.
And he walks you through the progression of the beats per minute and what he has to do to take over a crowd. In the beginning, they're a little cold, they're kind of moving, and by the time you hit this, what was it, 92 or 122 or something like that, beats per minute, now you own the crowd.
Absolutely.
And wherever you go from there is what the crowd does.
Absolutely.
You know?
can either take it up higher or you can kill it lower. And then depending if you know what you're doing, and you can go from a 92 BPMs, bring it up to like, let's say a 140 BPM, as long as you're in the same key.
BPM, beats per minute.
Yeah, sorry. So the same thing. I mean, people say you can't transition, but you can. You can come in doing, you know, your DJ drop. You can come in doing, you know, a horns or whatever. As long as you can hear it and know how to count the beats.
Right.
You're good.
I have watched so many DJs. Yeah. Man, it's going good, and man, they just drop it. Like, I'm like, well, why would you? You didn't even slow it down. No. You just dropped it, and people are like, what do we do now?
Right. And a lot of DJs do that because they don't know how to read it. What they do is, okay, they count the minutes, and here it is, and you got it climaxing, and then you just stop it. Yeah. And you're like, whoa, you just killed the mood, bro.
That, right.
And now to bring it back to that level, you've lost it completely. Yeah. So you might as well just pack up your mixer and your computer and get out and say, good night. Thank you, guys.
I used to watch you guys bring in crates and crates of record vinyls. Yep. And back in the day, we had these stores called Peaches. Remember?
Yep.
So, and everybody had peach boxes.
Yes. Yep.
And not just they were peach boxes, but they were actual peach boxes, right? For peaches down in Georgia. So, and when you saw that guy would hit a hand truck, he pulled that hand truck out, you're like, oh, it's going to be a good night.
Oh, yeah.
Because you knew he had a ton of records, right?
Oh, when I stopped, I think I had over 100,000.
Right.
Because, you know, you needed to get anything new that came out. Yep. Because it's not like now. Now you can just go on, boom, download it, and you got it. Then, if you didn't have it, you had to get it.
Right.
And you had to stay up with us, Hot 97, 103, with the musics that they were playing on the radio edits.
Yep.
And then, if you had a good mixture and be able to get in with, let's say, the radio guy, he'd slip you a copy of it. Right. You know? And then you had something that nobody else had. You became that prime DJ that everybody wanted to go to. But because of our background, we know how to get around all that.
So, do you think, because all of a sudden, vinyl is a thing again.
Yes.
Everybody's like, oh, I want vinyl now. I want vinyl. I've watched everybody, oh, I want vinyl now. I want vinyl now.
Right.
Do you think you'll ever go back to that 2 turntables with actual vinyl now?
Me personally? Yeah. No, because I don't want to carry the crates. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to carry the crates. I got 2
vehicles. That's my equipment, and that's all my all my records.
Yeah, because you had the Peaches boxes. But with me, they were too big, and they flopped the albums, the vinyls. So I used to carry them in the milk cartons.
Oh, okay.
And I had tons and tons and tons and tons, and I had them alphabetically. Yep. I had them set up with who the artist was, what the song was. The other thing is, it's like now you put it into the mixer and it plays it right there. On the vinyl, you had to know what track and spin it.
You had to see the groove, yeah.
And then if you scratched it, that was done.
You were in charm, yeah.
So yeah, would I go back to vinyl? No, because then they go to vinyl. Then the next thing was the CDs. Remember? It was like, Then you had the tape. You had the 8-track tape. God, remember that? That was the way it really started.
So I had one DJ. Pull your mic a little closer to it. I had one DJ. He started using mini disc.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you doing? He goes, it's way harder than you think. But he had 2 briefcases.
Yep, with the little squares on.
Right, and he goes, that right there is over
100,000 songs.
Yeah. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And what he did is he set his mini disc up to beat per minute.
Yeah.
So these songs, because he record, this song has got this, and this is fast and slow, so I can go fast, slow, and medium. Now he couldn't go,
No,
you just can't do that with that.
And then you can't adjust the pitch on those. No. So if that's the way you put it on there, and you recorded it at let's say 132, and you needed to drop it down to 124, can't do it.
Nope.
That's it. Set in stone.
So let's tell everybody at home, what areas do you work?
I work all of Florida, and I travel outside of Florida as long as they're willing to pay my price.
Right.
I go wherever they need me.
Right.
I am a DJ with a purpose.
But where's your main core? Tampa proper?
I do Tampa, I do Pinellas, I do Treasure Island, Spring Hill, Citrus, pretty much all over.
Right.
I don't like to put myself in just one area, because then they say, oh no, she's not going to travel out. So basically any of the counties in Florida, I'll travel to.
That's good. That 9 counties, if you handle 9 counties, you're doing pretty good, because I've got to go to Sarasota tomorrow, and I know it's but that's still part of the Tampa Bay area.
Right, yeah.
People don't realize that. People, it's Sarasota. No, that's actually technically, when you sound from Tampa, right, that they'll go down as far as Sarasota, go up as far as Ocala. That's still considered a Tampa Bay area.
Well, I have a friend of mine that was a police officer with me. He retired to Venice, and he wants me to come down and do a little gig with him too. And it's like, I'll go, bro. You pay me, I'm there.
Right.
Let's do it.
So do you think you're ever going to be an online DJ?
I would like to, but the problem is you don't know who your audience is on the other side.
I was watching DJ Show.
Okay.
Night before last.
Okay.
On TikTok. Dude was awesome.
Oh yeah.
But it was old school. He went old school. He had 2 CD players, I think is what those Denons are.
Right.
But he also had 2 vinyls.
Yeah. Is that the Italian guy? He's a little heavy with his wife, and his wife dances in the corner.
No, but I know who that guy is.
That's old school too. He takes it back.
Yeah, he goes back to the disco era.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, this guy is, I think he is Chinese.
No, Joe. I haven't seen him.
Joe. CHO. But you should do that. I can help you get that going.
Okay. All right. Well,
because you have a good following online,
yes.
and you can't do it on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, because they hit you. But TikTok, doesn't run that algorithm.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we got to discuss this.
Yes.
I see a brighter future for myself.
You can sit there and you can do your own shows all night, every night, and
excellent.
When you're not out and about, even then when you're out and about,
you can still use the footage on it.
Set your phone up there
absolutely.
And let it go live. Absolutely.
I love it.
And it's a simple in-feed. I can show you how to do all that. That's what we do.
That's it.
So
I'm glad we connected again. You know that?
See, I'm telling you. So my question is how is the electronic side changing your world?
As far as
because we were talking when vinyl, it went tape and vinyl,
right?
8-track tape, which was way before,
right?
Then you got into CDs, and then you got into the MP3 side, right? And then
it went digital,
pure digital. So you get these guys that are doing all this stuff, and I'm an engineer, an audio guy, so I know, when they're doing like this, and it's nothing going on. It's like, that's all for show. It's not really.
Yeah. No, it's to show your techniques that you know how to do it.
Right.
Because there's a DJ Ragozo. Guy is astronomical on the scratching.
Right.
I mean, he can come in like on an eighth beat and then take it to the chorus and switch it back. And it's a forte. You've got to like to do that.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't like to do it, you're going to do it and it's not going to sound good. You got to be able to come in on the note that you need to come in. Me personally, I like old school. I'm too old. I'm 60 years old. I ain't going to be scratching. I'm sorry. And the clientele ain't going to like that.
Right.
You know, maybe for one or two songs, yeah, but on the whole, no. So me, I like the computer. I like the mixer. And I have full control of everything, and it's all digital.
There you go.
So
when you go, tell about your setup.
All right, well,
because you have a nice setup.
Yeah, I have 4, 6, 8 speakers that I can use, and that's between regular EV 15s, 16s, 18s, and then I got my subwoofers.
Right.
And what I do is before that, and I meet with the customer, I learn and see what they want to have.
Right.
So I sit down and they tell me they want this artist, that artist. And if they tell me the artist, sometimes there's 3 or 4 versions to the one song.
Okay.
So usually it takes me about a week or so to prepare their playlist before I even start.
Right.
When I come out depending on the packages they got. I got basic, medium, and high. I come out with speakers. I come out with the console. I come out with lights. Okay. Now, if they want the high end, walking on the cloud, you know, with all the smoke, bubbles, Photoshop, photo machine, I got that. So it's full service.
Okay.
And then they can pick. I have a base price, and then they pick a la carte.
Nice.
So if they want different things added on, we can add on. If they don't want it, they don't have to take it.
Okay.
At the end, they just get me.
That's awesome.
Woo!
Well, you know, but people need to know, you know, because a lot of times DJ will show up. No kidding.
Okay.
Right. This guy, they have this family that I know. They asked me if I wanted to DJ, and I'm like, I'm not a DJ. Right. If you want a playlist, I'll throw you some music together. I'll mix it and I'll bring it up, bring it down, and then there's certain little areas you want some music. I'll play those songs, special songs when you want them. But I am not a DJ because I don't want to bring all my lights out there because all my lights are studio lights, right? You know, like, and so, but they hired this guy. God bless them. They didn't have a lot of money, but they paid him like $200, right? Okay. Came out with some realistic speakers on the stand.
Stop.
And he had made some lights out of floodlights, so there was lights, right? And
tell me he worked off the iPad with all the commercials.
He did.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. So he was using. Spotify and iTunes, right? So he was playing stuff like that, and then you would get every now and then pop a commercial, and he had to go to a different song to cover the commercial up. I'm like, wow.
Right, yeah.
But, you know.
That happens. And again, you get what you pay for.
Right.
So if you've got a DJ, anybody, whether it's me or any DJ, you need to vet them. You know, find out how they do. What equipment do they come with?
Right.
How do they prepare for the event? It's a lot of questions. And sometimes, you know, you tell people, okay, if I come, it's $600 as an example. Oh, that's too much. Then you go get somebody that's going to charge $150. They're not going to do what they expected you to do. They ruin your event. Right. Now you don't have a nice memory of it.
Nope.
So sometimes go the little extra. Yeah. You know, and you'll be happy at the end.
Yeah. The minute someone says, well, you're too expensive, and I used to fire back, no, I'm just too expensive for you.
Yes.
Right. I said, then I'll go, well, what did you expect?
Right.
And then when they go, well, this is what we wanted, I'm like, well, okay, I can do that for that, but you're going to not get this, you're not going to get this, you're not going to get this, and then they will, I want those. Nobody will come and do what you want for what you're wanting to pay.
Exactly.
So you have to have a realistic budget budget in mind, and then time frame. How long am I going to be there?
Exactly.
You know, like we stream weddings, right?
Okay.
And it's professional setup, but we're not the videographer.
Right. It's a different
we're literally, you're going to pay me to be there for, I'm going to set up your typical wedding, 20 minutes.
Right.
And then I tear down
the highlights.
And then I leave.
Right.
We're going to stream you walking down the aisle. I do, blah, 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 walking out. And when that's done, we're done. We're not going to chase the wedding. Right. So we're literally only working 20, 30 minutes at the most.
Right. But they want the whole thing.
Yeah.
But then at the same point in time, that kind of a package is going to run them in the thousands. Only because you're going to come out with, I don't know how many camera guys come in. You need at least 3 minimum. Right? You got to come out with your equipment that's the higher end, the switches and everything else. So that costs money. Time is money.
Yeah. You'd be amazed how inexpensive we are.
Oh, I know. So tell me, how inexpensive?
No, because I don't want to take that away from you because you stream weddings as well. So that's
I don't stream. I hire.
Oh, really?
Yep. Nope. I don't do that.
I'll tell you what ours, and then that way you can make some money on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when you're hiring a DJ, you want someone that really can fill that
expectation.
Well, I mean, and it's time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you never want it dead.
No.
So it's once I do get in the car, go to the venue, the minute people start showing up, you got music going.
Right. You got it going before they get there.
Right. So then it goes through, and then you got to do the daughter dance, blah, 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 dance, blah, 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 dance, the toasty, blah, 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 blah. But then you keep it till the end, and then you just start slowing them down. So when it's time overnight, people are not, I've seen riots happen.
Oh, yeah, because they want the music. They're hyped up to the max.
Keep going. No. Let's keep going. And, and then the DJ's like, you're not paying me. I mean, I'm not. And the problem is supposed to be, we're not being rude.
Right. But realistically,
we're not being rude. You hired us from this to this.
Right.
We can go longer, but you're going to have to pay more.
But you see, in my contract, because I make people sign a contract, I put it in there that if you wanted to continue more, it's X amount more per hour.
Right.
So it's up to you. You already know what you expect and what's going to come the day of the event.
Right.
So if you want it to go over and you want me to stay, Benjamin's better be coming out because
and people don't realize it's amazing what they don't know, right? So when you show up, they don't realize there's you got to build everything and get it all ready.
Yep.
And then
do a sound check.
Right.
And not everybody does that.
Right.
And if you don't know how to set up your speakers, then you're going to get the reverb. When you hit it high, it's going to bounce off the wall and come back.
Right.
That's why we have special programs, which, I use RDA.
Uh-huh.
So it tells me what the decimals should be and stuff like that. And then you don't want it too loud because then they can't talk.
Right.
You know when to hype it up when everybody's on the dance floor. Yeah, you hype it up.
Right.
Then you bring the volume down a little bit when we start to get back to our normalness.
And then there's strike.
Oh, yeah.
See, people think when the party's over, it ain't over.
Oh, no.
You still got 2 more hours, maybe 3, depending on how much stuff is set up, right?
Yeah, because I do the uplightings. I come in with full. If they pay full boat, I come in with everything. And sometimes it's just me and my wife that'll help me.
Right.
But on the whole, it's me because I know what needs to get set up. I know how to put it. I don't want nobody touching my stuff and breaking it.
Yeah, I love, and I think sometimes people take offense. Like, hey, would you want us to help?
No. I tell them no.
I don't.
No.
I always say it's an insurance thing.
Yeah.
Because if you get hurt touching my gear, next minute now you're suing me. No, I'm good. I'll take it. And it is. It can be 2 to 3 hours.
And I take care of my stuff. So somebody else to come in and break it. Oh yeah. And you're touching it for an event. You're touching it 6 times.
Yep.
Because you take it from where the storage is into the car. From the car, you take it into the event. From the event, you take it back down into the car and then back out. So it's like, there's no easy way of doing it.
No, so, and that's what a lot of people don't understand.
No.
They just don't think you just show up and
boom, here it
magically
is.
It all appears and it works.
Yeah. And then you have the ones that they tell you, I want you to do, all right, well, who do you want to hear? Oh, I don't know. Well, then tell me a little bit about you so I can know what you like.
Right.
Do you like country? Do you like hip hop? Do you like rap? No, I don't like none of that.
And you handle all genres, right?
All
of
I
them.
even do Greek, Arabic, Spanish, country.
Wow.
You name it, I've got it. I've got over 400,000 songs in my computer.
Now, you also do, we only got 2 minutes, about 3 minutes left. You also do karaoke.
I do karaoke. We do music bingo. People have asked me to do trivia, but it's not really fun because it's just question and answer. So I stay to the music end of it.
Right.
Yep. And then I do event planning. So I do that.
See?
I do that. And then I do not as good as you do, but I do little video promos.
You do great videos.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. I do little video promos. Yep. If I get hired to do an event, I try to promote it to get the most amount of people to come.
Right.
Which I've got one coming on the 25th here in Pasco. That's really, really big.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think what we'll do is we'll start bringing you in once a month and talk about all the events.
Oh, cool. That'll work.
We'll charge the client to say, I'm going to do a little extra advertising for you, and they have to pay it. So you make a little bit, I make a little bit, we all make a little bit.
Absolutely.
I think I own What's Happening in Pasco.
Oh.
Or Pasco events. Something like that. Anyway,
okay.
I digress.
All right, so we got to talk.
So what else have we not talked about? I think we did a good job.
I think so too. We covered everything.
So if I'm watching this now at home and I'm like, oh, I got to call her, where do I get a hold of you at?
All right, you got 2 ways to do it. You can call me at 352-232-7351. That's the DJ phone. Or you can go on the website, www.djbloods.com.
Right.
All right. And there's a contact us. You can fill it out. Or you can send me an email to djbluebloods@gmail.com.
Are you
Facebook?
Are you filling up?
Not as much as I would like to, obviously, because of the holidays. People have to get back into the swing and the way the market and everything is going.
Oh, yeah.
It's slow. I mean, I can't say that I'm busy every day. I would love to be busy from Tuesday to Saturday, have Sunday and Monday off. That would be my ideal.
Right.
Because I like to work. I don't like to sit home and do nothing. So, but listen, you put in the time, everything else will come.
Yep, exactly.
So that's
exactly.
That's it.
All right, so I'm just saying, everybody at home, if you're looking to get a great DJ, you can get a good DJ anywhere, but you want a great DJ.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Make sure they reach out to you and,
absolutely
book you, get you booked. Now, I'm telling you, once spring's here, it'll be rough. I don't think you're going to be busy, and people are like,
from your mouth to the big guy's ears.
Hey,
Woo.
man, please.
Yes. Yes.
But you can do country.
Oh, I can do country.
You know what I want?
Old school country.
Oh my! I'm not good with the twangy stuff. I like the new when Garth Brooks came out and he changed that. He changed the whole
Luke
country
Combs,
scene.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm all good. So anyway, hey everybody. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you reach out to DJ Blu Bloods. She will take care of your event. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.